Uh-huh. Ha! How'd you like that? Let's go! Die! That hurt. Sure.
Achuka, Donga Kurbisto de Kikoyama, Dong Matugas Makilia. Donga Kurbisto, One Kumbes Ching Palamule, King Babuta, Opening Chatukunde, Miraves, Muchasharpakan, Kieno no Namapaule, Rachiku, Kakunjusta, Miki, Gravelmoto, Kachichu, Itabo, Tunga, Tododong, Oleoganda, Naru, Chuchut, Mesha Ponga, Ola Wanachi, Mules Limo, Udadana, Kundis, Uleraves, Jedubadwana Nigo, Donna Buncha, Dunya, Tunga Dukashmak, Telea. Tunga, Kunga. When the Kundes Ching Palamule, King Babuta, Opening Chatukunde, Uleraves, Kachikun, Ida Hodonga, King Kuno, Babulerachi, Stimo Podona, Tong Haitwang, Jijung Yumpa, Itapoe Tikitu, Dolpa da Bongualeo, Gandona Chuchu, Kachichu Ita Dundonga, Yumalita Kutodun, Chilamulane ni Dubobo, Onga Kumbistan Ba Mulera, Onga Onga Kumbis Ching Palamule, Tunking Babuta, Opening Chatukunde, Muleraves, Kachikun Ita Hodonga. King Kuno Pamulerachi-kun, Stimo Podonar, Diodunga Kun Hunkabe, Unda Diodunga Kun Hunkabe, Wana Kunbez Ching Palamule, Tunking Bamutak, Tupning Chatukunde, Muleraves, Kachikun Ita Hodonga, King Kuno Pamulerachi-kun. Stimo Podonar, Diodunga Kun Hunkabe, Unda Diodunga Kun Hunkabe, Wana Kunbez Ching Palamule, Tunking Bamutak, Tupning Chatukunde, Muleraves, Kachikun Ita Hodonga, King Kuno Pamulerachi-kun, Stimo Podonar, Diodunga Kun Hunkabe. Donga Kun Hunkabe, Wana Kunbez Ching Palamule, Tunking Bamutak, Tupning Chatukunde, Muleraves, Muchasharpakat, Kieno no Namapaule Rachikun.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me? I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead. I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river. And I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusov. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here. Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Kupa che kupa. Gino mulera kimpaija. Slimo podwama. Unga diho tunga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tunking ba munotak. Tukning chatukune mulerabes. Takunjus takmiki grabulmovo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank. Wale Oganda Naru Chuchut. Magasha Ponka Bola Wana Chikne. Wamule Slimo Podadara Nanga Kumbis Mule Rabes. Jedabadawana Nidibobo. Tong Nabunsha Nunya. Tong Patukashmak Telea. Tong Haitwam Jiji Jum Lumpa. Nita Poe Tikitu. Tolpa da Bonkwaleo Gandonan Chuchut. Kachi Chu Ita Dundonga. Yumalita kutotun. Chila mulane nindubobo. Wonga kumbisjan ba mulera. Muchushat pakat. Chiyeno no namapaole rachikun. Wakupa che kupa. Chino mulera kepaija. Slimo podwama. Tong haitwam jiji jum lumpa. Nita poe tikitu. Dolpa da bonkwaleo gandonan chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kutotun. Chilamulane nindubobo. Wonga kumbisjan ba mulera. Takunjis takmiki grabulmogo. Kachi chu ita bodunga. Dolbabank waleo ganda naru chuchut. Magasha Ponka Bola Wana Chikne. Wamule Slimo Podadara Nanga Kumbis Mule Rabes. Kachikun Ita Hodonga. Iking Kuno Pa Mulera Chikun. Slimo Podona Rundi Hodunga Kunkabe. Muchushat Pakat. Chiyeno no Namapaole Rachikun.
How can I be of further assistance? I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can I be of further assistance? I was taking my daily constitution. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there. Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always say. Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned it. How can I be of further assistance? Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, certainly nothing that would make me want to... Of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
So, what do you want to know? Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slimeball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him, especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. So, what do you want to know? I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some area-heads. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those cat hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot, pow, went down. But when I come over here, there's Handon standing over the body and the Iriaz was gone. Now, I don't have nothing to do with it, so can I go now? So, what do you want to know? You Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy. So, what do you want to know? Well, kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. Right.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help you with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Netic, Ricard Lusov, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require? My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need? The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Netic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Garan spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusov was making accusations at a Mr. C. Netic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Iriaz are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Kupa? Gino Mulera Kimpaija, Slimu Podwama? Unda digo tonga kun honkabi. Ona kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba munubek. Tukning chatukune mulerabes. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno ba mulerachikun. Simo podonar, diodunga kun kabe. dijo Tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba munotak. Tukning chatukune mulerabes. Akupa chekupa. Gino mulera kempaija. Slimo podwama. Linda dijo Tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba munotak. Tukning chatukune mulerabes. Chikun ida hodonga. Ikin kuno panulera chikun. Stimo podona. Udi hodonga kun kabe. Ka kunjis takmiki grabumogo. Kachichu ita hodonga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Mule slimo podadana nanga kumbis mule rabes. Chikun ita hodonga. Ikin kuno pa mule rachikun. Slimo podona rundi hodonga kun kabe. Mucho shakbakat. Kieno no nama paole rachikun.
So, what do you want to know? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Ichanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower. Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. So, what do you want to know? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cat hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. How can I be of further assistance? Knock his block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. I hope you don't find that incriminating. Normally, I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Neddick, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife. Right under my nose, no less.
Well, if you can't keep her, it's your own fault.
But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear... Of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Kupache kupa. Gino mulera kimpaija. Slimu poduama. Unga diho donga kun hankabi. Unta kunjus takmiki grabel mobo. Kachichu ita modunga. Todobank wale oganda naru chuchut. Odesha ponga bola wana chite. Mule slimo podadara nanga kumbis mule rabes. Unga diho donga kun hankabi. Wana kumbes ching palamule tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunne mule rabes.
Is there any other information you need? I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need? We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to KOTOR. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Kachikun idahadonga. Iking kuno pa mulerachikun. Stimo podona udihadunga kukabe. Muchashat paskat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun.
How can I be of further assistance? Of course.
Is there any other information? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not KOTOR's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to KOTOR. Is there any other information you need? Very well.
How can I be of further assistance? Injured? Of course.
So, what do you want to know? Well, kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush. Right.
Kupache. Tong abom sha umina. Wanda kumbis ken balemura. Johnny yon tunjiji idadwana. Kababot bamuji kumana. Wanda diho tonga kun hankari. Wanda kumbis ching palamule. Tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Kupache kupa. Gino mulera kimpaija. Slimu poduama. Muchashat paskat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun.
Hey, quit it! Ah, yes.
Unga diho donga kun hankabi. Wana kumbes ching palamule. Tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Kachikun idahadonga. Iking kuno pa mulerachikun. Slimo podona udihadunga ku hunkabe.
Hey, what are you doing?
Jedabadawana nidibobo. Tonga bungsha nunya. Tong patukashmak talea. Kachikun idahadonga. Iking kuno pa mulerachikun. Slimo podona udihadunga ku hunkabe. Unga diho donga kun hankabi. Wanakunbes ching palamule tunking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukune mulerabes. Tong abum sha umnino. Wanakunbes king balemura. Johnny yon tunjiji idadwana. Kapabol pa muji kumana. Takunjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponga bola wana chikne. Amule slimo podadara nanga kumbis mule rabes. Kachikun ita hodonga. Ikinkuno ba mule rachikun. Slimo podonaru di hodunga kungabe. Hodonga kun hangabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukune mule rabes. Tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto dun. Chilamulane nindubobo. Onga kumbis-chan ba mulera.
Damn you. Damn both of you.
Takunjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponga bola wana chikne. Amule slimo podadara nanga kumbis mule rabes. Kachikun ita hodonga. Ikinkuno ba mulera chikun. Slimo podonaru di hodunga kungabe. Tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto dun. Chilamulane nindubobo. Onga kumbis-chan ba mulera.
You did good. You might just make a proper Jedi yet. Who knows?
Achuta. Onga kumbis dolpi kikuyana. Don patugas akilea.
You asked for this! Here it is! Ready? Yours. That hurt. Down you go! How'd you like that? How'd you like that? You asked for this! How'd you like that? Let's go! Yes?